no matter what, both central divisions are the weakest.
by far.
No matter where you look, both central divisions are the weakest, especially the National League. Sorry, Cubs, but you're not going to do well. So I have St. Louis because yes, they lost Molina, Pujols, and Wainwright, but they still got at least a lot of pitching and a lot of offense. Then you've got Milwaukee. I have Pittsburgh third because I think the Cubs are going to suck, and then Cincinnati because again, this is the weakest, and no one has shown really anything.
Yeah, I agree with you on the top two. I have St. Louis and Milwaukee 1-2. Obviously, the Corbin Burns drama of the offseason in arbitration, pretty much the Brewers blaming Corbin Burns for the reason they missed the playoffs last year. That's not going to sit well for Corbin Burns going forward. I do have the Cubs in third. I think they brought in enough firepower to at least be better than the Pirates and the Reds. The pitching staff for Chicago is going to be really bad. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And you find yourself in a division where it is weak, but I think Milwaukee and St. Louis are just much better than those three other teams. I think it does come down to St. Louis or Milwaukee, but St. Louis just has more firepower. You have Nolan Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt, and the pitching staff that's going to be right there with Milwaukee in terms of that. The big question mark, I guess I could say going forward, would be Christian Yelich. Are we ever going to see Christian Yelich go back to the MVP form he was a few years ago? That turned Milwaukee into, at the very least, a team that I think they were one game away. I think it was game 7 against the Dodgers about 4 or 5 years back. So they were one game away from the World Series. They're going to need to get some more lightning in a bottle there to get that far this year. I don't see it happening. Probably won't even be a playoff team. Give me St. Louis overall. In terms of the over-under for the total wins, I myself, I think St. Louis is probably the only team that gets over their number. St. Louis is 88.5. I think everyone else goes under in with the Central. Everyone else, you got Milwaukee at 86.5, Chicago, the Cubs at 76.5, Pittsburgh 67.5, and Cincinnati 65.5. Brianna, do you have any over-under picks for that, the NL Central?
I mean, not necessarily, but you did bring up Arenado and Goldschmidt, who are, by the way, doing very well.
Yeah.
For Team USA at the moment. Granted, they are also the only 2 returners, so they know what's up. But I mean, just seeing what they're able to do with Team USA versus obviously a lot of people you don't really necessarily see, or some that you do. I want to talk about Nicaragua later. I think it's Nicaragua that I'm thinking of with the Tigers. Yeah.
Yeah, the kid who got signed.
Yeah, because I love that story. But obviously, that's pretty much going to be St. Louis's division to either win or just fail miserably. But I doubt that's going to happen.
Yeah, they don't have a whole lot of competition. I think Milwaukee, like I said, is their biggest test, and Milwaukee's going to need a lot of help to get there. They just don't have a huge offense, and like I said, their pitching staff is good, but does Corbin Burns really want to be there? That's the big question going forward.
Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, you get blamed for the reason that your team didn't make the playoffs. I don't think there's a whole lot of want from Corbin Burns going forward, but we shall see. I don't think we're going to be seeing a ton of success out of this division, but once again, he said someone has to win it, and it's probably going to be the Cardinals going forward, or at least Cardinals or the Brewers. Those are the 2 contenders.